Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to go through another £200 worth of 10p's. Patrick's away this weekend, so he can't be in the video unfortunately, but hoping to have him back sometime soon. But what are we looking for? We are looking for the alphabet 10p's. So, what have we got so far? This is the 2019 book. I've got G, I've got L, R, and U. So we haven't made too great progress on that one yet, but we live in hope. Whoops, the crash bang roll up. And then 2018 we made a lot more progress. We've got A, C, E, H, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, S, V, X, Y, and Z. And just on that, I say Z. I apologise, I don't say Z. Stop commenting that I don't say it right. I blame the Canadian in me. But anyway, slight rant over. Let's get into these bags. So let's jump into the questions. These are the questions starting from my May giveaway now. I can't believe that was back in May and we're already in July, rapidly approaching another month. So first question comes from Josh Garrett, who asks, when is your birthday so I know when to send you a gift to your PO box, mate? My birthday was middle of June, sorry. Maxwellian Man asks, if the Royal Mint releases designs on notes, would you collect them? I think if there's more variety on the notes, then yeah, I'd be more interested in doing that. But there's the £5, £10, £20, £50 note, and that's it really. And they change them very infrequently. Obviously, we know that the new £50 note's going to have Alan Turing on it. But other than that, there isn't much variety. As much variety in like circulating notes. You can look for serial numbers, I guess, but that doesn't really do anything for me. I've had some banknotes sent into the PO box, which are really cool, but there isn't a way for me to sort of consistently hunt through them like I do with the coins, I guess. Next question comes from James Treadwell, who asks, what's my favourite Territories coin? It's probably still the Isle of Man, the horned goat, ram, whatever that was. It's just such a stunning design. I really, really like that one. Just Stevie asks, hi Christopher, my question is, why do you think there are so many coins not going into circulation? Your guess is as good as mine. I imagine you're mainly referring to the £2 coins. There must be something going on, whether it's because the new £1 coin is so secure they'd rather have them out in circulation and they're not putting new £2 coins into circulation because of that, maybe. I don't know. It's a real shame because we've had some stunning designs on the £2 coins that haven't gone into circulation. Legendary Hamster asks, hi Chris, apologies if this has already been asked, but do you know the circulation figures for the 2018 alphabet 10p's? No, I don't, and no one does yet, and because we still haven't had 2018 mintage figures released yet. I think we were told around, what was it, the 200,000 mark for each of them, but we will know more hopefully by the end of the year. Moomin1174 asks, how long do you think it'll be before coins and notes become obsolete? I think it's going to be a long time. There are still a lot of people that are reliant on cash, on coins, so I don't think it's going to happen immediately. In 50 years time though, who knows? MRB747 asks, what's the largest coin in circulation in the world? That's a good question. I don't actually know what the largest circulating coin is. I'm trying to think. Well, the largest coin I've had is probably one of the really old coins, like the was it a 2 crown coin from 1707 that's WWE Alanado sent in? I think that's the biggest coin I've got, but in terms of the largest one circulating in the world, I wouldn't know, sorry. Pamela Brooke asks, do you ever go to coin fairs or car boot sales in search of any coin purchases? I haven't been to a coin fair. I would love to. The problem is lots of them are in London or way up north, so there aren't any sort of local to me without having to go to London, because I hate going to London, it's too busy. In terms of car boot sales, the challenge with car boot sales is the only times you can go is on a day off on a weekend, and the last thing I want to do after working all week is have to get up really early in the morning to go to a car boot sale. So I don't know, maybe in the future. Aaron Bradley asks, do you think they should get rid of the 1p and 2p's? I don't think so. I I think the more coins we have in circulation, the better. And I think not so much because we use the pennies so much, but I think losing the pennies will be a step towards a cashless society. So they think, oh, we can get rid of the pennies, and then in years to come, there'll be, or however long after, maybe we can get rid of the 5p, maybe we can get rid of the 10p, maybe we can, and I think we're better with coins. Frostbite asks, I was wondering how much your collection is worth overall. I have literally no idea. So I don't collect for an investment. I don't collect with a view to selling coins or my collection. I probably should find out for the purpose of insurance purposes, but other than that, collecting for me isn't about, as I said, isn't about the monetary value. It's about the fun of looking through coins, finding new coins, completing books, rather than anything else. Similar to like my stamp collection. You asked me how many stamps I've got literally no idea. I couldn't tell you the value of my stamp collection. To me, it's just a hobby that I enjoy doing. Lucas Winowski asks, how many 2008 Britannias and 2017 Shields have you found up to date, and have you kept them all? I have actually kept them all. I think I've got about 150, maybe even 200 2008 Britannias. In terms of the 2017 Shields, maybe about 75, 100 at maximum. But yeah, because I generally find 5 of them in a good hunt, or between 2 and 3 of them. So 2 and 3 of them a week over all this time I've been doing these videos has mounted up quite a bit. Mary Boo asks, what was the coin that started off your collection? So it's in the past, I thought it was the WWF 50p, but when I've looked at the year it was 2011, I was too old for that coin to have been the coin I remember collecting as a kid. So I've literally no idea. Somehow in my mind it has become the WWF, but it definitely wasn't based on the years. Andy P asks, do you prefer the look of gold or silver in a coin? I've never owned a gold coin before. I've got like gold plated, gold finished coins, but I've never had a solid gold coin. So I'm not 100% sure on that, if I'm honest. I do love the silver coins I get there. So the images are so crisp on it, so cool. But in terms of the gold ones, they're just so expensive. It's just not in my price budget at the moment. Maybe, I don't know, if I win the lottery, I would be tempted to, but not immediately. Prout Tutoon asks, which is your favourite country to visit and why? So the plan was to go to Egypt this year. Unfortunately, I'm not going this year. I'm having to go next year because the friend I was going with has used up all of his annual leave, annoyingly. But I don't know. I'm still looking at places to go to because I want to go somewhere that's got cool coins as a holiday break. But a country I've been to the most often is probably Canada, because I've got Canadian relatives over there. We used to go very, very often. I haven't been for many, many years now, but I used to go there every other year when I was younger. So that's probably a place that I enjoy visiting. But I like going to new places. My ideal trip would be a mixture of going out, doing things, seeing things, and also relaxing and not doing anything as well. I wouldn't want to go on a holiday where I'm doing something every single day. But equally, I think I would get bored out of my brains just sat by the side of the pool for 2 weeks. So it's a good balance. Erin Miles asks, what was your favourite subject at school? Business studies. It was more down to my teacher than anything else. In secondary school, I had a fantastic business studies teacher who really inspired me, made me enjoy the subject, and I took that then on in college. And when I went on to university, I decided to carry on because I was really enjoying the subject. So I had a succession of really good business studies teachers who I thoroughly enjoyed learning from, and that's my favourite subject. Ooh, we got one. Hallelujah. We got the letter Z for zebra crossing. What year is it? I don't think we haven't got it in 2019. We have it in 2018 though. 2018. Well, regardless, I'm always happy to find one of these. So, amazing. Elizabeth McQuaid asks, how long has it taken to fill your second collection of 50p's compared to your first one? Good question. I think we're into the episode in the 80s now, early 80s. So that's what I do 2 weeks, so 40 weeks. 40 weeks. And I'm still hunting for 2 more. Yeah, you guys know I've got the Sherlock Holmes now. So I record them 2 weeks in advance, so I'm trying to make sure I don't give any spoilers. But yeah, so as of where the videos are at the moment, I'm still looking for those two 50p's, which would be awesome to find and start the book again. But I think this is it's taken longer to fill this book than the last book, but just got to keep going, haven't you? John Carrick asks, do you think the Royal Mint will follow suit with the new £1 coin and start adding special designs? There was rumours that we were going to get Brexit designs on the new pound coin, but obviously we ended up with the 50p that we in the end didn't end up with at all. So I don't know. I think maybe it's to do with the security of the pound coin. Maybe they're happy with the security. They might not put designs on, but now that the design is the most secure coin in the world, they would be tempted to start putting some cool designs on it, maybe. Lauren M asks, if you could make any value coin, what would it be? E.g. a 3p coin. It needs to be a high enough denomination that it's a decent sized coin so they can put some nice designs on it. Lots of people talk about the 99p coin. I think it would be quite cool, although I'd quite like to have a quarter, because the Americans have the quarters. I think that'd be quite cool. Or a 3/4. Coins Rule asks, what's your favourite animal? In terms of like a pet, I'd be a cat, because it's a good balance of they are cute and cuddly, but they're also quite independent. But in terms of animals outside of pets, I'll go with cat as well. I can't think of any other animal I like more than cats. Hadley Grange asks, what's the best coin to invest in? I am not the person to ask about that. I have literally no idea. And I would hate to advise you into making an investment that ends up to be make you worse off. So I wouldn't give you any tips on that, I'm afraid. But I'm sure there are plenty of people that could tell you about what type of silver coins or precious metal coins or collector's coins that will always go up in value. The only thing I would say is I would imagine that the Kew Gardens would always go up in value. I can't envisage a time where the Kew Gardens will lose its value, but I guess it depends what you're buying it for, what prices. So I don't know. I give up. Got a couple of questions from Jess Lynn, who asks, what is my most valuable coin? The value that I know of is probably the Kew Gardens, but some of the awesome older coins, especially the ones that were sent in by WWE Alanado, I've been told are quite valuable, but I haven't looked any further into the values of them, if I'm honest. Jess also asks, what unique coin do you have from a different country? I can't think of an individually unique coin. What makes a coin unique? To me, it's that the shape. So we've had some fantastic shaped coins from the World Coin Hunt, I guess. But other than that, I can't think. Some of the designs are absolutely stunning. I had one recently in my World Coin Hunt from Kazakhstan with the spiral staircase, and it just looks so cool. I really liked it. But other than that, I can't think of any coin that jumps out in my mind as being unique. Last question from Jess is, when did you start collecting coins? I've collected coins on and off since I was a kid. The collection I've got at the moment I started in early 2018. And I think it's the success of the YouTube channel has spurred me on to keep going rather than collect for a bit and then stop and then collect again and stop. That's what's kept me going. Lord Ethan 27 asks, roughly how many coins have you collected? I think on Numista, because the reason I know how many coins I've got is because I log all my world coins through Numista, and that's around the 4,000 mark, I believe. And if not, the last few months I've been hunting, I haven't been putting my coins onto Numista yet. I've got a massive carrier bag of coins I've kept from the coin hunts, like the ones that are over face value I've kept that I haven't logged onto Numista. So if it's not at 4,000, that bag of coins will smash it through the 4,000 mark. Greg G asks, which Christmas 50p from the territories are the most valuable? Which I think there's the Isle of Man Christmas designs, like the nativity ones. What, the nativity ones? I think any Christmas territory coin is going to be valuable. I mean, the one I found, the Angel, that was like £15-18 for 50p. It's just where the Isle of Man has got a smaller population, the mintages are generally a lot lower than what we would get over on the mainland, and it's quite neat that some of them do go into circulation as well. So yeah, I guess most territory coins are over face value. The Kitsune Files asks, have you considered YouTube being your full-time job? No. I mean, it would be great if it could be. I won't lie about that. It would be fantastic to make my living from this awesome hobby, but I think it's too niche of a market for it to be a full-time occupation. But also, when you're then taking something from a hobby that maybe you make a bit of money from, and that's really good fun. When you change that from being your hobby that you make a bit of pocket money from into your career that you're dependent on for your next meal, that's when it would get maybe less fun, because then you are really dependent on things. At the moment, if I have a bad month, if ad rates are down on YouTube, it doesn't really affect me. Like I said, the money I earn from YouTube is pocket money that I can do as I wish with. But it would be different if my bills were being paid from that money from YouTube. I think I would get a lot more stressed out and worried, because there's no control. I have no control over the YouTube ad revenue. I have some impact, obviously, on the way I title my videos, the thumbnails, things like that. But I think I would get quite anxious. I would be more deliberate in my thumbnails, in my titles, things like that, if this was my main income, if that makes sense. But yeah, I think it's much more likely that I'll win the lottery and then all I have to do is my YouTube videos. Ooh! We got another one! Wife of Yeoman Warder. Very cool. What year are they? 2018? God, we're doing one on the 2018s, aren't we? Very cool. Adnan Khan asks, I have plenty of coins. Please guide us to where it can be sold and how can I know its right value? So yeah, it's a question I get asked a lot is, if this coin is worth this much money, where can I sell it? Or where can I sell my coins? I've got one of those. I mean, I'm not the expert, if I'm totally honest, on selling coins. I started this channel when I was selling coins. There was so little profit in it, because you think 50p, sometimes just they're selling for £1, sometimes they sell for a bit more. Is that then really worth it for the postage, the packaging, the time it takes to put it up on a website, the time, whatever it takes? If you're running your own website, there's the cost of running a website, there's the time involved in having to keep your website fresh and new and all the new products on there. You would need to be selling tons and tons of coins, but also hunting through tons and tons of coins to be able to shift them. So, and I guess the problem is, if you want to buy stock, like from the Royal Mint, for example, or the bunk packs, if you buy a massive bulk of them and then they turn out to be not as desirable as expected, or much more of them were made than expected, and then you're left with a whole bunch of coins that you don't know what to do with. Even if you did buy them from the Royal Mint cheaper, there's so many people selling coins now, or the bunk packs, then I guess it's difficult to separate yourself from the market. So where can you sell them? My honest answer is try on eBay. If not on eBay, Facebook groups, social media groups. But be careful, because there are people out there that will try and scam you, that will pretend they didn't receive the coins, which I had as well, which didn't help my situation. But I gave up selling the coins because, like I said, I wasn't finding enough to make it worth doing, if that makes sense. So anyway, and how do you know if it's worth more than face value? I look on eBay, I filter by auctions, I look at finished auctions, and I average out the prices that they sold for. But if you see, say for instance, I'm just trying to think of a coin, so like the 2016 Squirrel Nutkin, oh no, we'll go with the Beatrix Potter Anniversary. I looked on there and one sold for £5.40 the other day, which I was like, wow, that's a lot of money for that coin. But then there was lots of them selling for like 75p or just under £1. So just because you're going to list the coin doesn't mean you're guaranteed to get that highest price. It's all dependent on getting the right buyers at the right time that really need that coin, and there not being as many available, I guess. But like I said, I wouldn't trust it as a full-time occupation. Steve Haley asks, what was your first car and what car would you like to have? Ooh, so my first car was a Ford Fiesta. It was an '09 plate. Loved that car to bits. Had that for 5 years. I actually bought it off of a relative, and I wasn't even planning to get rid of it. It was still working perfectly fine. It was quite low. I was getting to the point where the mileage was creeping up towards 100,000, or within 90, up to 90,000. I thought, right, if I'm gonna sell the car, I need to sell it before it gets to 100,000. But in the end, it started leaking water from underneath. The entire bottom of my car was absolutely sopping wet, and it stank of just moisture, stale moisture that had been sat in the car. So unfortunately, I had to get rid of the car, and I upgraded to a Ford. What am I driving now? Ford Focus. No, wait. Yeah, the Fiesta was an '04 plate, but my Focus is an '09 plate. So it's not a brand new, not extravagantly expensive car. My dream car was always a Chrysler Crossfire or the PT Cruiser. But I did see a few months ago a Jaguar F-Type, and man, they look good. And they look good. I would love to be able to afford and own one of them. We'll go for one more question from Barry Budget Bet, who asks, is the Royal Mint worth the drive? I live in the northeast and I quite fancy going. It would be a nice trek for me, but is it worth it? Yeah, if you're a coin collector, it's kind of a must do, I guess. At some point, if you're as interested in coins as I am, as many of you are, it's a no-brainer to make the trip there. What I will say though, especially because I know lots of you live like up in Scotland and all over the country, and it can be a bit of a long trek. The tour itself is only about 45 minutes at a stretch. So that's if you've got a lot of people queuing up for the Strike Your Own as well. There is a museum bit on there as well, and that can take hours to get through if you're going to stop and look at every little thing and really take it in. But the problem is, like if you like myself, for example, I go every time the Strike Your Own changes. The good thing is I live within sort of 2 hours, 2.5 hours at a push of the Royal Mint, so it's not a massive trek for me. So I think if I was travelling 6 hours or more to get to the Mint, I would be a bit disappointed in the amount of time. So my recommendation with that is I would build it into a long weekend or something else that you're doing down there as well, because to spend, I don't know, 12 hours as a round trip to go on a 45-minute tour and maybe a couple of hours in the museum, although it's a fantastic day, it's really, really interesting and exciting, and getting a Strike Your Own is amazing. It is a long way to go for that short amount of time on the trip. Anyway, I'm not going to get hired for the tourism board for the Royal Mint, am I now? So, but no, my recommendation is definitely go. I'm going there on the 28th of July, so that's next weekend, isn't it? Crumbs, we're coming towards the end of this month really rapidly. 28th of July, on the last Sunday of the month, I'm there. I've booked on the 1 o'clock tour. I'll be there. I'm hoping to get there for 12, maybe a little bit earlier if I can do. So if you're planning a trip there, or if you're already going to the Mint, or you live close to the Mint, do come and say hi. I'd love to meet more of you guys. I had met a whole bunch of you last time I was there, and I'm looking forward to meeting a few more of you there at the end of the month. So without further ado, we'll get back to the coins. So there we go, that's our finds from this hunt. We got the letter Z and the letter Y from 2018, wasn't it? Who knows? With this kind of focus. Got it. 2018. Both of which we've already got. We've got a couple of Jersey 10p's and the Guernsey tomato plant one. And then a couple of interesting ones. This sort of really corroded, coppery looking 10p. It's obviously not a copper 10p. I don't know why I pulled these out, I just can't help myself. And then this one, which has been battered quite badly. I said this out more because I know that's going to bust up my coin counting machine if I put it straight in there, so put that one in manually. But not bad hunt, finding two of them, can't complain at that. And all that leaves me to do now is thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for more coins. Bye.